I, 23F, told my boyfriend, 25M, that I won't get a job to make him feel less jealous of my financial situation. English isn't my first language and I'm not good at writing, but I seriously need advice from people not connected to us. I have been dating my boyfriend for a little over a year now. We met through mutual friends and had a pretty usual relationship up until now. It wasn't perfect, but we never fought much. He works as a manager in a restaurant while I'm still in university. His life was pretty difficult from the start since he grew up with alcoholic parents and not much support in general. Since day one, he had to work hard for even the most basic things. He couldn't allow himself to get higher education. He had to continuously work since he entered adulthood. I, on the other hand, have a big family that always supported each other. When I started going to university, they continued to financially support me. My parents help with the bills and give me some allowance. Grandparents, aunts, and uncles often send things here and there. I'm on campus for my lectures most of the time, but I also tutor 3 times a week, getting enough money from it for groceries. I'm good at living below my needs and saving, so I don't need that much cash. All that background is needed for you to understand where our conflict started. Around a month ago, my boyfriend started making little comments about my financial situation. He would say, "It's nice to spend someone else's money," or "You wouldn't survive if you had to work for all the money the way I do." I immediately caught on to those comments, but I didn't think it would grow into something more. I thought that maybe he's just fussy because he's overworked. I tried to be understanding, knowing it must be difficult for him to work as much as he does. I proposed that maybe we should move in together to lessen the burden of all the bills on him. I even said that I can help him with some groceries from time to time. He called that insulting and said that he could never agree to either of those ideas. Hey, sorry, just a quick editor's note here. It starts pouring, like it's pouring outside right now in the next audio clip. So I truly hope that you guys can't hear it, and if you can, I hope it's not that distracting. But dude, it literally went from being sunny outside to pouring rain in like the matter of 10 minutes when I wanted to record this video. So I'm very sorry about that. I didn't notice until like literally after I was done. Unfortunately, it got way worse. It feels like almost every day we fight as he calls me lazy, a trust fund baby, or says that I don't know what real life feels like. He also started sending me random job listings, telling me to apply even though I don't have any time for those jobs. The biggest fight was yesterday. He came over to my home for dinner, and while I was cleaning, started talking about another job listing. By that point, I was at my limit after seeing like 100th random job offer. I blew up at him, angrily telling him to stop telling me to get a job. That university is my job and my main focus. I must admit that I said some mean things along the lines of, "You only want me to get a job because you are jealous of my situation, of my family's support." He stormed out and doesn't really talk to me now. He sends short messages back, but he doesn't pick up his phone. I tried apologizing, but he tells me that he needs time to think everything through. Was I truly that harsh? How do I make him see my point? Or maybe he has a better point and I should deny my family's support, filling my schedule to the brim with uni and work? Is there even a way for us to reconcile? Please help. This is my first serious relationship and I don't want to mess it up. Commenter 1. He's seeing you succeed and wants to bring you down to his level. Don't allow it. I also don't think this is the man for you. If he feels bad about you helping with groceries, how will he feel when you have a uni degree and will earn more than him? OP. That's actually a really good point. I'm not studying something that will make me extremely rich, but it's the kind of degree that will allow me to live a very comfortable life. Thank you for giving me something to think seriously about. Commenter 2. There's a lot of missing context, but it depends how long you have left at uni, if you've ever had a job before, and what your plans are after. I'm surprised to see the comments so one-sided. Whilst you are very lucky to be in the position where you can focus 100% on university and not have to do weekend shifts, a lot of business acumen is earned through work experience, not university. If you finish and have no work experience to speak in your mid-20s, that might not work in your favor. The way your boyfriend is handling the situation is quite passive aggressive, but he still has a point. If you want a future together, it might be important to him that you have a good work ethic. At the end of the day, it's clear he wants you to get a job for your own benefit since he turned down your offer about helping him with groceries. OP. I'd love to try and answer the questions you asked to try and add some context. I started my final year of university, so I should be done with it by June of next year. I didn't add this to the point post as it felt unimportant, but I did work in the past. Although I always knew that my family would support me, because that's the kind of people they are, I wanted to put something from me into it as well. I worked during high school. Each month, I saved most of it and gave a small part of it to my parents as a symbolic rent. It wasn't anything special, mostly cleaning after hours or doing paperwork stuff, but it's still something that will help my CV look less empty, haha. If everything goes well, I already have a job to start after in university. The place I did an internship is as part of my studies really liked me, and, for now, really wants me to join them when I finish studying. I don't really know what your boyfriend is trying to get at here. I mean, I can't tell if he's jealous or if he's genuinely concerned for you. And if he is either, then you need to have a serious talk with him because jealousy is never usually a good thing. And the way he's talking to you isn't okay either. I mean, why is he shoving job applications in your face as if you're not trying your best at university right now? Now, I understand because, having a part time job and working at university is manageable, very time consuming, and it'll take a lot of your life, but it is possible for some, if not most people, unless you're pursuing a super difficult degree. But even still, you are working, aren't you? You do tutor like 3 times a week. I mean, maybe it's not a lot of hours of work, but it's something, right? Like you said, it's enough to pay for your groceries, and you're not even living that lavish, quote unquote, trust fund baby lifestyle that he preaches you are. So, what the fuck's up with that? Anyways, let's get into the update. Update 9 days later. I thought that I should make an update for those who might be curious. A lot of the comments advised me to break up, but I couldn't just do that. I wanted to at least try and talk it out, foolishly hoping that suddenly we would find common ground and fix everything. A few days after the fight, he finally called me to set up a meeting to discuss everything. Between the fight and the setup meeting, I've been looking for some solution myself. Per advice on here and from my IRL friends, I tried looking for some outside support and I researched some well rated but cheap therapists around the area. When we finally met, he was the one who really wanted to speak first. He told me that he appreciated that I gave him a few days of space to think things through. Then, he said that he hates to do it to me, but he needs to give me an ultimatum. If I want to stay with him, I need to find a job and cut financial support from my family by the end of this month. I could see that no but in the world could sway him to change that choice for him. I didn't even have a chance to mention that I've been researching. I kind of freezing for a moment instead. It might sound silly, but I've never experienced love disappear as quickly as it did in that moment. I didn't even know that's possible. His words broke whatever charm he had and made me seem that ultimatum for what it truly was. His attempt at managing my life to match whatever idea he had for me in his mind. All the comments from here flooded my mind as I realized that all of you were correct. Sorry for doubting you all. I broke things off immediately. I wish I could say that I told him something smart or cheeky, but I literally just said that I'm done and left, tearing up the whole way back home. He called and messaged me a lot since then, saying that maybe we can discuss things, that it doesn't have to be an ultimatum, but a goal for the future, etc. But I don't think there's a way of fixing things. I'd be lying if I said that I don't have any love left for him. It was my first serious relationship that I thought might genuinely last, but now it turned into my first serious breakup. Things are a bit difficult now as I grieve the idea of my first love, but I'll know that I'll get better, sooner or later. Your advice in the last post was pretty helpful and gave me lots to think about, so I'd like to ask you for one more question. If you were me, what would you tell mutual friends in a situation like this? I'm already getting asked by our friends about what exactly happened, but I'm worried that if I tell them the truth, this whole drama will continue, people will be talking about it, and I won't be able to emotionally rest from the situation. I'm tempted to just tell them it was a mutual breakup or something just to be done with it all and leave it in the past. Commenter 1. The fact that he tried to take it back after you said okay says everything. He absolutely is trying to just control you and he didn't think you would actually walk. Now he's trying to scramble back. Commenter 2. So basically, he tried to force you to behave by threatening to break up, overestimated the power of that threat and is now backpedaling. Yeah, he just adjusted his methods. In my experience, friends will of course talk about it with each other, but discounting the first days of, I've heard what happened, I'm so sorry, they tend not to bring it up by themselves. They should also respect, I'd like to talk about a happier topic, please. So, on your question, where what should you tell mutual friends? Tell them whatever you want. Because at the end of the day, if they're really your friends, they'll respect whatever you have to say about the situation and should be on your side because what the fuck? And if you tell them what happened and you say, "Hey, please don't bring it up," he doesn't need the backlash. He doesn't need backlash from you and there should be no bad blood between us like it was an amicable breakup or whatever. Then that's fine and they will respect that if they are good friends. And if they're not, then boom, you cut them out and you just, you have to lose another person, but at least you're not around fake people, right? And honestly, I don't think they'll bring it up that much anyways, because oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe women are different, but like men, we don't really I feel like my friend group anyways doesn't really talk about any of our like exes like that, we usually just find some stupid shit to talk about. Like recently, we've just been talking about the revival of brain rot, bro. It's actually over for us. Like I don't even know if we're even gonna find a job when we do graduate from university, bro. Maybe we'll all just like go down the path of living in our parents' basement or something, you know? I guess we'll just have to see. But either way, that's gonna do it for this story. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. Also, sorry if you can hear the rain. I don't know if you can or not, but it's pouring. Okay, goodbye.